Hello everyone. Today I'm here to swatch some additional Roman Szmal watercolors and to test out these new brushes that I got from Jackson's in the UK. So I've already unwrapped some of the whole pans here that I've just recently got, and then I figured I would unwrap this last one with you all so that you can see how it's packaged, because I don't believe I did that with the previous set. So I will link to my swatching video where I swatched all of these. There were also 3 additional colors which are in a separate palette. So those are not here today. What is here right now is on this little swatch sheet there. And this is going to be my new swatch sheet for these 2 rows. You may notice that I've left some spaces empty. I actually have some additional colors coming, and I have kind of worked out where I want them to be in the palette. So that's why I've left these empty spaces. So I'm going to put these on my little swatch card where they are located in the tin. So I'll go ahead and open this last one. This is Aquarius Black, and it has the name on the back. It has what looks to be a handmade swatch of the color on the front, and then on the side they put the pigment number. Like here, this one is PBK 11, is a black. And then it also tells you whether it's granulating, which is that G in the little box there. I'm not sure what the other ones are. I'm not doing my little swatch sheets today because I did not prepare them yet. So I probably won't do those on camera. So I unwrap this paper, and then the side with the pigment number is kind of sticky to the thing, so I have to make sure that I pull that off so that I can keep the pigment number so that I know what that is. I have them all lined up here out of frame where you cannot see them. And then there is this little sort of like foil here that wraps it. And then they all have a little bit of wax paper over the color. These are very sticky watercolors, so sometimes they'll really stick hard. This one was pretty good. It came off pretty well. The only one in this last batch that stuck a little was this one, which is the, what is that one? This is the neutral tint. That one's stuck to the wrapper just a little bit. So I'm just going to put that in where I'm going to put it. I'm going to swatch with one of these brushes, but I wanted to test them out a little bit before we do that. So I'm going to put this swatch sheet aside. And I just realized that I'm going to need a pen to label those. Let's see, I think I'm just going to use this brown gel pen that I have over here to label them, because I do not have, or do I? Oh no, I do have some. I do have some black ink in a fountain pen, so I'll just use this to label it, because that will be permanent once it's dry. So what I'm actually going to do, I think, is label these first so that I can make sure I get them right in the placement. So I have 2 down here on the end, and I'm going to kind of match up the placement to this other one that I already did. So, and then let's see, this is about halfway here, so I'm going to put the name right there. So this one here, I'm going to go to this one first, which is this is the label for it. It is Perylene Green, which is a color I really like. PBK 31. Let me make sure that is actually the only number there. I think it is. So I'm going to I'm actually going to abbreviate this. Oops. Perry Green. PBK 31. Okay, and then I'll put that off to the side. And then this one here, which I'm going to put here, is Viridian. This is the label for that. Viridian. And then this is PG18. And then I think I'll just go ahead and keep going this way from this end. So like I said, that was the Aquarius Black. Trying to make this small so it'll fit on this little card here. And that is PBK 11. And then the next one was the neutral tint. And that should be a mix of a few colors. Let's see. I'm gonna have to leave some room there. So this is PB60, PBK6, and PV19. Part of the reason why I'm writing these out before I swatch them is so that this fountain pen ink has some time to dry before I do that. Okay, now this one I am not even going to try and pronounce. It is a gray that is particular to this brand, but as you can see, it is a crazy, crazy name. One of the other artists on YouTube that was doing swatches said, well, the color that shall not be named, or something like that. So I'm going to do the same. So I mean, who even knows how you pronounce that? That's pretty crazy. Okay, and then this is another mix of colors. So it's PB29, PR177, and then I'm going to put that last one under here, PG26. All right, and then this one is Perylene Violet. Let me make sure I'm still going to have enough room here, because I have gone a little bit too far over, I think. So I will just do, make this one kind of small. PV29. Okay, and now I'm going to start from the other end because these are, I'm leaving a space here for another color that's coming. So once these arrive, I'll do the swatches of those as well. And I think that'll probably be my last batch of this particular brand, at least for a little while, until I can play with them some more. So let's see, this is Flesh Tint. And this is also going to be a combination of colors. This is PW4, PY42, and PR264. All right, so I'm also going to do that. And this is a single pigment, so I'll have some more room. This one is, oh, what is, did I miss, am I missing the, no, it's there. So this is Ultramarine Pink. I'm just going to say Ultra Pink. And that is PR259. So then this space here will be for that other color there. All right, so we'll let that dry. And then while we're waiting for that, I'm going to take the caps off of these brushes. So this is how they come. They come with a little plastic cap on the top. This middle one seems to like to be stuck on there. There we go. And so these are brand new, and these are Jackson's brand in the Raven line. This one is a 10-0, and then this one is a 3-0. The larger the number, the smaller the brush in this case. I'm just wetting these so I'll be able to use them. And then this is a 0. And it doesn't look like it has any more information other than that it's Jackson brand and then the name of the line. Okay, I'm going to start with the smallest brush first. Well, I already got a little water on the page there, that's okay. These are pretty wet right now, so I'm going to get a paper towel up here, dab that a little bit. And I'm going to go into some of our older colors here that I've already swatched before. Let's go with some Mineral Violet. That one's really pretty. Yeah, these are really nice brushes. I saw someone else using these and I thought those seem like just the right amount of softness versus control. And it's a pretty soft brush, but it seems like you can get quite a bit of control with it. I'm gonna wet the tip a little bit so that I can, and you can get quite a bit, it holds quite a bit of water. I'm gonna thoroughly rinse that one out. And then I'm gonna try the next size up. I'm actually gonna see, I'm gonna lay some water down with that brush. And then let's go with Phthalo Turquoise and kind of drop that in there. See how that goes. And then I'm going to try it on dry. Oh yeah, really pretty. Okay. I really like the feel of these brushes. It's kind of hard to convey that in a video, but they feel really nice when you paint with them. Oh, and you can see, I can see on the paper towel, you can't see, there's still some pigment in that first one. So I'm rinsing that out again. And then this one is much bigger, so it holds a whole lot of water. I'm going to wet down the page again. And let's go with some Prussian Blue this time. So I would say the page was not as wet as it was over here, so you don't have as much bleed. And now I'm going down into the dry. Yeah, these are nice. These are nice brushes. All right. So let's go back. I'm going to put this aside. Let's go back to the little swatch sheet here. And you may notice that I have a new background today. I was noticing that the darker table background was sort of interfering with seeing some of the things that I was trying to show you. So I have switched to this lighter background and we will see how that goes. I may switch back if it doesn't seem to work as well, but okay, I'm going to put those there so that you can see this a little bit better. So I'm going to start with the Perylene Green. And I'm going to try and make swatches that are roughly the same size as the ones I made on the other card. Okay. Finding that I have a little less control with this brush because it is soft, because normally I am doing swatches with a slightly harder brush. And then we're going to go with the Viridian. Oh, it's coming out really light. Try that again. I didn't wet these ahead of time. I'm usually pretty bad about wetting colors before I start. Usually I get kind of excited and just want to get in there and forget to pre-wet them. Okay, and let's start from this side now. So I'm going to go with the Flesh Tint, which I think is a little old school at this point. I mean, I think that there are a variety of colors of flesh and people should not be naming paint flesh just because it's pink or light colored, because although my flesh tone may be close to that, you know, plenty of people's are not. So I've been trying to, I really wish brands would change that color name, basically. I mean, you could call this a light pink or something like that. And the fact that this is a new brand, they could have called it something different. So far, that's really my only complaint with this brand. Okay, so this is Ultramarine Pink, which is really lovely. And now I'm going to mess with things. I'm going to go from the other side again because I really want to make sure I have enough room for this color over here. So I want to make sure that I'm making things kind of even from the other end. So this is that Aquarius Black. And this is a very granulating black. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it too much on this particular swatch, although I can see that it's already granulating on the page a little bit. Okay, so the next one is Neutral Tint. And because they're not all smushed together in here, they do kind of rattle around a little bit, but that will change. Okay, here's Neutral Tint. It looks like I put a lot of pigment on there, so it's kind of hard to tell, but this one has sort of a purplish cast. I'm actually thinking, let me dry that off a little bit. I'm actually going to try and lift up a little color here on the bottom so that you can see what the undertone is there. Okay, maybe I just won't get as much pigment on this one. So this is that Unnameable Gray. Although it's an unnameable gray, it's really, really beautiful and also has sort of a purplish tint. And so the first two rows of colors, I tried to get what would be a standalone palette, essentially. So I've got a cool and a warm yellow, a cool and a warm red, or a warm and a cool red, the other way around, with the orange and this, and then there's, well, let's see, cadmium red is probably more warm, and then you've got magenta cool, and then pyrrole orange is kind of, you know, further towards yellow. And then I have a warm and a cool blue, and so those are the four primaries. So if you didn't include cad red or pyrrole orange, either one of these could probably be substituted as the warm red in this palette, but I have both. And then I have some earth colors down here, and then I have some add-ons like turquoise and Aquarius green, mineral violet, Payne's gray. I always like to have a dark, either Payne's gray or indigo, so that I can darken up colors. And I also like to have a purple and a green on my palette so that I can neutralize them and create a black. So, and then these colors were just sort of I want to play with what colors I have and add to those. So this last one is Perylene Violet, and Perylene Violet and Viridian are good to have as a pair so that you can neutralize them and create a black again. I'm not sure if these two would create a black, the Aquarius green and the mineral violet, because you would need a lighter green to sort of be opposite that mineral violet. But, okay, I'm going to slide this off the table so that I can show you up close. There you go. So there's the swatches. They're still drying a little bit, but they're beautiful colors. I mean, there is not a color in the Roman Szmal line that I have not thought is just gorgeous. And you know, let's see. I'm going to put that up there for a second. I'll show it again to you before we go off here. But I'm going to see what mineral violet and Aquarius green mix to. So here's the mineral violet. I'll move that up a little so you can see it a little better. And then the Aquarius green. Let's see, I'm going to swatch them side by side and then mix them. Yeah, so it's leaning towards, looks like I'd probably have to put a little bit more violet than green. It's leaning towards brown, neutral, that sort of thing. Let me add some more. Oh, wrong color. That was Payne's gray. Let me add some more violet here and mix the two together. No, I went too far the other way. I went too far on the mineral violet. Yeah, Okay, so I think this is more of a grayish, brownish tone. I think it would take a bit to get to black. I don't know that you would ever get to black with this. But with Viridian, let's see. Come on, Viridian and Perylene Green, don't prove me wrong. So if you mix Viridian, which is a little bit of a less concentrated pigment here. So if you mixed Viridian and the Perylene Violet. Okay, that was a little too much violet. I'm going to mix some more green in there. And sometimes it's sort of a push and pull. You've got to go back and forth till you get the right blend. So see, I would say that that is probably a little closer to black, although now I've kind of watered it out a little bit. But I think that's closer to black or you know, a true gray than this, which leans more brown. If I had mixed them in a higher pigment load mix, they would definitely be more black. Okay, so that was just playing around to see what that would do. I'm going to show you that swatch card one more time before we go. Most of them have dried now. The only one that doesn't really seem to be dry totally is the Perylene Violet, but you can definitely see the tone. It looks like that Aquarius Black is not totally dry either, but you can definitely see that it is granulating into the paper. All right, well, stay tuned for the next installment when I get these. They are shipping from the UK because I bought all of these from Jackson's. I bought these first, and then I saw some additional colors that I wanted and ordered those separately, and they've been held up for a long time in shipping. So given everything that's going on, it's not that surprising. So I'm just waiting patiently for the rest of those colors, but as soon as I get them, I will swatch them as well. So there you go. Now this is the set as it is right now. All right, thanks for watching. Feel free to like and or subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.